So thank you for coming in this session. We will talk about a big topic. Documentation, as you know, it's something we need in everyday life, I can say. When we work in some solution, sometimes we didn't have enough information to go forwards. In my case, I have experienced many issues because sometimes when I start in a new project, I realize that there's no documentation. It's something we see in many Dynamic 365 projects and also in Power Platform projects. So what we can say, in many organizations, business applications built on Dynamic 365 and Power Platform have evolved over 7 years. They have been extended, customized, patching, and sometimes heavily modified, often without proper technical documentation. And when team initiate a migration project, such as moving from Dynamic 365 customer engagement, it's an on-premise version, to Dynamic 365 sell online, they have frequently faced critical issue. The solution exists, the code exists, the customization also exists, but the documentation does not. The lack of documentation, as you know, creates several risks, limited understanding of existing customizations. We can also face difficulty to assessing dependency. And what I can so increase also migration complexity and higher proper cost and delay. Risk breaking business critical process. So that's why I have decided to propose this topic to try to find a solution that can help people to what I call we talk about retro engineering. I can call it retro documentation. But how we can make this retro documentation if the team that developed the solution, the project, is not in the organization? As you know, in Power Platform or Dynamic 365, when we talk about an Dataverse environment, we have two files in a solution, two main files. We have a solution.xml and also customization XML. Is the file that contain many information about the solution, so about the project. So my goal is to leverage on both solutions to try to find what information they contain. And after that, I will leverage in AI to produce all the documentation, all the content we need for our documentation. So let's go. How we can start. For the first thing, I need to have a SharePoint sync. If you have a question, don't hesitate to ask me. And another thing, sorry for my English. As you know, I live in France, and French guy don't speak English. Most of the time, they speak French. I try to improve my English. So if you don't understand something, if you have any kind of question, don't hesitate to stop me and to ask me. So
I wish I spoke as much French as you spoke English, my friend. You're doing great.
Oh, thank you so much. As I can say, yeah, for me, who I am, I'm Rodrigue Yengo. I'm live in Paris. As I said, I work in IT since 20 years now, and I work most of the time in architecture field. I mean, enterprise architecture, solution architecture. But I don't say it to my colleagues or to my boss. I like development. I'm a very technical guy. Even if I work kind of management, I like technical stuff. So most of the time I try to improve my skill, to learn new things. That's why I try to find the solution or main the issue I face in my day-to-day work. So in this case, the way to do things are very simple. The simple way will be to go to, I can say, we can go to ChatGPT, for instance. I don't know if we can do it. If we go to ChatGPT, I can ask him to do the job for me. just to test. This is the file we found in a solution. So I will take those 3 files just to show you. Yeah. I will remove this one because it's a Word document. I don't need it. Yeah. I will ask me an architect. I'm a solution architect. I want to make a technical documentation based on this XML files. Okay. Try to put a context. Power Platform solution. Okay. Please give me a summary. Okay, I will see what he will give me as an answer. By the way, I will start to create the first thing I will need a SharePoint site. Okay. Okay, I will say, please generate technical content of my solution based on this file. Sorry, I have a problem with my sorts. Please, okay, generate technical content of my solution based on this file. Okay. Now we will start to produce something can be very interesting. We will see. And the goal is not to make all the session using ChatGPT, but try to see it in a simple way. And after that, we will see in the second term how we can make automation using Copilot agent and Copilot flow. So we will just have to click in a button and we will have our documentation. That's why it's very important to understand what we have on the box before to go to use automation by using Copilot Studio. Now you can see it tried to extract some technical information in the document. You will go in every node. Each node have a specific type of information, and it will see what is the name, what is the description. So, by the way, if a solution have many metadata, in most of the case, we have a name, we have a description. It will leverage on this information to try to produce more technical information, more detailed information. And the way is not just to see the XML file. You can also go deep in the solution folder to see other artifact. And based on all this information, it will give us a good documentation. So I know in the second term, I will need a SharePoint site. So I will go to create a SharePoint site. Why I need a SharePoint site? As you know, SharePoint it's a platform used to manage documents. In our case, we will use a template. So our template will be a Word document. We will need to put in the cloud, and the simple way for me is to put it in the SharePoint, because you can leverage on data management feature like versioning, like access, like some policy for protection of the fields or protection of the data. Yeah, so I will take any kind of SharePoint site just to use it. Call it PP as a Power Platform. So public, okay. Me, of course. I can start check. Oh, it's still working. Yeah, sometimes it takes some time to create a new SharePoint site. So our site will look like this. It's a simple site. It's a simple SharePoint site. I have one library, the default one. It's a document library, and in this library, I have put two folders. The first one is a template. In template, I have put my Word template, and also in solution, I have put all the elements we found in classical Power Platform solution, even if we don't have how I can say dataverse on all the artifacts we can have in a solution. We don't care. We just need this true file. The other file are, I can say, optional. So I have put my solution. I consider this is the file I found in my solution in the solution folder. And I have also a folder called architecture. And in this folder, I will put the result of my Word document when I have take content based on agents and put this data in my template. And with this version, I will produce a new document, and this document will be put in this side. So as we finish now, I can say it takes time, but it's not what we want to do. I think now I can create my SharePoint site. It's very simple. Go to document, and now I can create my two folders. No, yes. Template. Try to change color just to make a difference. Template solution. And the last one is architecture. We can call it architecture because we produce our architecture document in this place. It's still not half finished, but it's not a problem. Now, what we want to do? The first thing to do is to put our solution file in this place. So add files. I will take it in my computer. Just 1 second. Yeah. So now we can see in ChatGPT we have some information. We know the solution name, we know the publisher, we know some other information. We have some dependency. We have, as you can see, many elements. We can have the table we have in our database. So we can have we know it's a model-driven hub. So we can have a data schema. We can have all the relationships. We have a lot of information if we just see the XML files I provide to ChatGPT to give me some information about my solution. So as you can imagine, the goal, my purpose of this demo is to take this range of information and to put it in my final document, if I can say. Yeah. Now we see how it's work manually, if I can say. The goal is to automate all this step. So to do that, we have create our SharePoint, and in our SharePoint, I will just put all my files, my solution files, if I can say. No, sorry. Now I have my files. What I also need is to have my template. I have also prepared a template. This is my template. Just for those who want to make maybe the same exercise, if I open my template, I already sorry, yeah, it's this one. I have my content, but as you can see, I have just put some tag in my document so I can replace them with the content I have. I will take from my Copilot. And to do that, if you have a Word, you need to activate a developer. To do that, you have to go to File. I think it's Option, yeah, and Option Advanced maybe. And yeah, Advanced, you have something to say Show Developer button and something like that. So it will be displayed. Yeah, I think it's enabled developer, enabled draw. I look it every time, but you have to find it in this place. You have a button you have to activate, so you can have the developer button. And if you have a developer button, you can set what I call a placeholder. So take this one for example. I select. I can come here. So it's make, as you can see, a space when I can replace. Yeah, we can have a plain text. We can also have a rich text. So I will use this feature to try to replace all my content. I have some tag, and I will ensure that in my process, each tag will correspond to a specific type of information. So to be sure, there will be some logic in my document, just not mix information that have nothing to do in the same chapter, if I can say. So now I have my, sorry, yeah, I have my template. I have my SharePoint site. What we need to do now, yeah. If I go back, I have my template, okay. I have my solution file, I mean XML files, but I don't have my architecture documentation or my technical document. That's why it's why I want to produce. So just to be sure, don't close. Okay. Now, what I want to do is to go in step 1, to go to Copilot. In Copilot, as you know, we can create agents. So I will create a new agent. Yeah. What thing you need to know, the agent should have permission to access files that are in SharePoint. If I use my account because I'm the owner of the SharePoint site, there's no problem. But if if you are not the owner of the SharePoint site, you need to ensure that you have access to this file or to this SharePoint site. Yeah. So in Copilot, you have to create a new agent. We will also need to create a new Cloud Flow, call it Power Automate, and we need to connect to SharePoint. We will use a connector, and we will use online business connector to replace all this data in our documents. So when create, we need to give a good name, if I can say. Okay. Maybe we need also to have some description, if I can say. Yeah, just to explain what our pilots, what our agent do. Okay, we need also to, how can I say, to add a system instruction. For me, it's very simple. I will share it with you. And Notepad. Yeah, I have to prepare it to be sure it will go okay. So the first thing I say you are a tech doc agent, a technical documentation assistant. Okay, your job. I will try to organize it. Retrieve the solution. It's what I have explained and replace and generate. Okay, and there are also some rules, just to be sure we do things correctly with using best practices, and yeah, keep terminology consistent with the Power Platform database. Yeah, so we will be sure as we have a technical vocabulary, something can be interesting, and also yeah, include traceability, reference to artifact, and so respect the include dependency if no omit dependency. Okay. What I will need, create the document name global in architecture. And just to remind you, we have architecture. I have put is, maybe I will, yes. Now it's okay. So I take it. I go to my instruction. Now it's okay. I have my description, my name, my instruction. It seems to be good for me. I didn't overlap the limitations, so it's fine. Can save. So now we will need to have to use an agent flow. an agent flow input, it's like a parameter. We will have, of course, the SharePoint sat URL. We will also have the library name, document, or architecture, and also template. We will also have the final document name. We can put any name we need. There's also something interesting. We need to specify the language we use. By default, it will be English, but we can change language depending the documentation we want to produce. Yeah, so to do that, we have to go here. Now we can check. We have our agents. So what we need to do is to come here. We have two possibilities. We can go to create our agent, but we can also go to tools and create our agent here. It will ask us what we need to create. We will consider we didn't have our agent flow, so we will create a new one. It takes some time when we start to create a new agent. I don't know why. What I do most of the time, I try to save the draft. Maybe it will go faster. And it's also fine. We can change the name. It's not already done. We can go here. Seems to be a title agent, edit agent file. No, we need to wait a few times. Okay. We can also publish it. What I need to publish this agent. If it's not published, I need to publish this flow, because if I don't publish it, the agent could not access it, because he will consider it's something that in development, so he cannot use it, maybe for testing purpose, but we need to publish it. I don't know why. It's something I found can help us to go more faster. Yeah, and after do that, I can come here. I open my agent. If I come to tools, now I can add it. I can find it. I think it was agent flow. Yeah, if you don't see it, it just means it's not published yet. So we need to wait. Oh, I think the name was title, maybe. No, it's not published yet. No, I think it's okay. Okay. Yeah, design run. We will go to designer. In designer, we need to add some inputs. As I say at the beginning, we have many information. We have a SharePoint list. We have a library name. We have the output library name. We have a document, our document name. We have also a language. All this information should be added as inputs. So I will start with the first one. Just for your understanding, this is what I will put. as inputs. Okay, so library, the file template, the template file path. Also a library name. We need to have inputs. The document name, of course. The language, it's optional, but it's fine in Git edit. And in my case, I have also add a new parameter, what I call include appendix. Is just if I need to add some appendix in my documentation, it's a kind of element that help me to do that. So I can save to be sure I will not lose it. And now I can put information. A SharePoint list, the information, I can take it in my list. Is this one? This is my list. My SharePoint site URL, okay. My library name. As I say, we use the main library, it's document. So you can come here. My template file path. I know my template is in document after template because it's the file and the name of the file. You can find it here. Okay. And the output library, we call it architecture. Oops. Okay. No, the template, what is it? The output library, yes, is the output library. It's the same library because there's difference between library and folder. But the folder, it's architecture. I need to check to ensure that it's correct. Architecture, okay, and the library, and this is only folder. Okay, architecture. So it's fine. Output folder. It's folder, okay. Output folder path. Okay. It will be and can put any say we call it with the same name. Yes, we have our document. This is the template. This is the document we will generate. Okay, language. Language, we say EN, or yes, I don't know. Okay. What I can add also include dependency. I can remove it because I think it's not mandatory. Now I have all my information. And what I will do next is to, of course, check that I have put the right information, and we need to initialize some variable that should be used in the next step. And the next step will be to read our XML file, so solution.xml, and also customization XML. If we go here, we have, no, not this one. Sorry. Yes, we have this information. So we need have to go to yes, save, publish. Okay, now to check something, but I can access to my no, save draft. Continue, save draft. Okay, then I go to my, okay, seems to be okay. If I go to tool, okay, agent, okay. Try to first publish it. Yeah, so the next step will be to read core solutions files, solution.xml and customization.xml. Now, I'm go to my flow. I can find it here. Is this one? I can run it just to see if there's kind of issue, just to check also the information I have put. There's nothing in this side, so output name is required. Yes. Okay. It's fun because just do it to check the information I have put. So now, designer, we will use some action. It's a SharePoint one because we will work with SharePoint, and we have an action called get files content. Get file content. Okay, using path because we know the path. Now, as you can see, he asked me to add my SharePoint. We can put it directly, but we have used some variable. It's better to use variable. So we'll go take our variable inside. We have our SharePoint site. The file path will do the same. The file path, okay. Yes. No, the file path is not this one because we say we will get the XML file. It will be and we know that our XML file are in document. document, and after document we have okay. We can no do it more simple. Can we use this one? Yeah. But why you don't take it? Okay. Okay. What I will do, just to be sure, we will finish time. I will not choose a variable. I will put the link of document and solutions. Yeah. The file, I will take this one. Okay. Save. Now it's okay. Okay. Just we check to see I haven't missed something. Agent flow, it's okay. We have all the information we need. Okay, we have a put take dot. Okay, create a cloud flow. Okay. 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 Yeah, it's okay. Okay for the solution. Okay. Yes. So now we have read the call solution XML with this step. We will also do the same with a second XML file. Just to make the difference, we can rename it. This is for solutions, and the second one will be for the second XML files. Which is customization XML files. And well, it will be the same action. So get file shampoint get file using path, of course, and because we use the same pattern, can add the file, but now is not solution, is a customization, of course, and the set doesn't change. I can also take it as a value, not use the parameter. And yes, we'll save. Can also rename it to be sure I will not compare with Okay. So now I have called my call, get the first file, the second file, and now we need to pack the files. So I will use a compose expressions. Expression, okay. Okay. And we will add another compose, but we'll convert the XML file to JSON. And we will
We're
repeat the same
technically at the
logic.
end of the session slot, but do finish what you're doing since we had some technical difficulties. We can maybe go on for about another 5 or 6 minutes if you'd like that to finish up.
Okay. I didn't see the time. Oh, sorry.
No
My
problem.
bad.
That's just saying, do finish the example that you were doing. I do want you to bring it home full circle. So if you need about maybe
Yeah.
5, 6, or even up to like 30 minutes past the hour, we can go. So you take as much as 8 minutes, and then we can go to the next session.
I think it will need much time. What I can do is just to explain what can we do at the next step. So anyone we want to produce the same pattern can do it by itself. And I can also share a documentation that explain all the steps, and we can produce this document. So just to summarize before to continue what I'm doing. The pattern is very simple in a Power Platform solution on Dynamics 365 solution. We have some artifact. One of the artifact we have some XML files, and in these XML files we have a bunch of information, and the goal is just to take this information to put it in an AI, an agent. We will extract all the information. It can also make a grounding using some internet seeds. So if you want to integrate also some best practice, after that, what we will do is something that most of the time we have used in the past to make to integrate data in a Word document. We can do it manually, but now the goal was to automate all the process. But to do that, we will need also, as you have seen, to have some knowledge on Power Automate, because all the plumbing action will be used for automate. And yes, but there's no something that very technical, very difficult to introduce. And after that, believe me, you will have I can say a nice documentation. As we say, when we use ChatGPT, we have some example of what we can have. Yeah, this is what we can have, but in a simple way. So based on the technical description, technical instruction you will give, you can have some documentation with more details. Yeah. So Yeah, it's the pattern we can use to produce the documentation. I know we have no time, so I will maybe stop here. See if you have some question. We can
Yeah, let's take some
take some
questions.
time.
If there's
Okay.
any, please feel free to come off of mute and ask your question.
And you can also reach me in LinkedIn for those will have a question later. It will be a pleasure to
So
get
there's a
any answer.
question about what about using Copilot chat? That was a question from member.
If you use Copilot chat, you will not have control for what it will produce because it's a technical documentation. You need to be ensure that he will use the right vocabulary, he will use the right template, and also now I use something that is very simple. You will maybe add to connect to other system. Yeah, you can use Copilot chat, but I think you will have some limitation. But if you use it, it will be as we seen using ChatGPT. You will have the same result, but it will not organize your documentation using a I can say kind of a summary. You are familiar in your organization. Yeah, the result will not be predictable. I don't know if it's right in English. It can change. So in organization, we need to have the same thing every time. It's
Predictable is
just
the
for
right word.
control purpose.
I think Emery's typing in a follow-up question. Emery, if you want to come off the the mute and just ask your question by voice, you can do that as well if it's easier.
Sorry.
No, I was asking the gentleman who was. It seemed like
Okay.
the person who asked the last question was about to type in another one. I was offering. Oh, he said he has no more questions. I'll open up the floor for any more questions. We'll take one more if there is, and then we'll go to our next presenter. It looks like they're not. Rodrigue, thank you so much. We really appreciate you joining us. I know you worked through some technical difficulties with the original session that you
Yeah.
had, so
Yeah.
I'm glad we were
Yeah.
able to get you in with a presentation. Thank you indeed. And I